So what's up, YouTube? Kid Moto 22 here, and today I've got JC Cycles with me. I think you guys have heard me talk about him before. We're doing a dual motovlog, and we're going to talk to you a little bit about our trip that we're going to take over the same time frame of MMM. So we're hopefully going to meet up with another one of the members from the 5 Dirty Bikers Discord, and we are going to go on a trip over the time of MMM. So we're going to talk about that right now. All right, Jason, get up here, introduce yourselves to everybody. This is JC Cycles. Get up here a little bit. There we go. He rides Wet Banana Mike's favorite bike, a nice Dyna.
Mikey likes it.
Yeah, he doesn't like, as Mike would say, fuck a Dyna. Mike's words. But yeah, we're gonna go on a trip over the time of MMM. So if you have not heard, the Midwest Moto Meetup was postponed, and we have yet to pick a date for that postponement, but it sounds like we're going to be leaning towards something in the spring. And MMM will still be in Louisville, Kentucky. So you can look forward to some announcements coming out. Hopefully, I think we're going to make those decisions sometime in the next 3 weeks or so. We'll be making those decisions about picking a date frame for MMM, but we're looking at springtime. So rather than doing it in the fall of the year, we're going to do it in spring. So we try to catch everybody a little bit earlier. For JC Cycles and I, it will very likely be very close to the beginning of our riding season up north here. So we will probably be heading down to Kentucky in some pretty cold weather, and then hopefully getting into some pretty nice weather. So, but it all depends. It depends on how early in the spring we go. I think we're going to be safe here. We're certainly probably going to be out of the snow weather. Might just be some cooler temperatures to start the beginning of our trip, but we're no strangers to cool temperatures and riding in cool temperatures. So both of us have ridden deep into November, and November here is cold. Cold for most riders, but you know, cold enough that it's going to be a chilly ride. But yeah, so
you know you love that -30 riding.
Yeah, so we're going to head down to, why don't you tell everybody, Jason, where we're going to go?
Aren't we just going up here? No, we're going to be going to Sturgis, South Dakota.
Yeah, so we're going to head out to Sturgis, South Dakota. Now, one might ask, why are we not going to Sturgis during Sturgis? And Jason has a job and I have a job that both prevent us from making any trip like that, especially right now during COVID and isolation and everything else. And we're going to spend our time out there the same time over MMM, and we are going to go camping the whole time. So we're going to do moto camping and motorcycling all together at the same time. And we'll head out towards Sturgis. Damn, those twin cams sound good. So we're going to head towards Sturgis, and we'll probably spend some time going riding in the Black Hills. We're going to spend some time riding near Deadwood, South Dakota, probably near Spearfish, South Dakota, near Rapid City, maybe towards the Monuments area up there. Needles Highway. Yep. So we're going to explore around the western part of South Dakota. So for us, we are in right now we're in the far eastern part of North Dakota. So we'll have to head south and west to get there. But it'll be a good ride for us, for JC and I. We'll do that ride in a day. It'll be, I think, a little bit over 600 miles for us, which is something that we're both very capable of. So we'll make that ride. We'll make that ride out there in a day. So, like I said, we're hoping to meet up with at least one more person from the Discord, and let us know if you're interested in doing some motorcycle camping, and you are in our area and you want to head out to the Sturgis area for an old-fashioned motorcycle camping trip, hit me up in the comments below if it's something you'd be interested in doing, and we'll see if we can make that happen. We're open to other people joining, but we need to know soon, because we will be going the weekend of September 11th. So likely leaving, I think September 11th is on a Friday or a Saturday. I don't remember, but we'll be leaving probably on a Wednesday, and we'll get out there. What's that?
The 9th.
The 9th. Yep. So we'll leave probably on the 9th, and we'll get out there that night of the 9th, and then we'll be riding over the course of that weekend. A little bit unpredictable, the weather up here in this region, that area, that time of the year. We might get wet, but you know, we're gonna do what we can. Jason and I like to do motorcycle trips. I for one particularly like driving across the country, and long distance motorcycle trips is kind of my jam. I like that a lot. So you saw earlier, I put out my video, and my part 3 of that series, part 3 to end that series, will be coming out soon. But you saw my trip to Duluth, Minnesota. JC Cycles made a trip out to Duluth, and then he went even further than me and went over to Michigan, and went across Mackinac, went out to Mackinac Island.
No, I didn't go to Mackinac Island.
Oh,
Mackinac City.
That's right, Mackinac City. Mackinac Island, you can't go out there on your motorcycle. It's no vehicles allowed on the island. So, but yeah, he went out to Michigan, so he went further than me on his ride this year. But and those of you that saw my earlier video about the Midwest Moto Meetup last year, it was JC Cycles on his Electroglide that went to the Midwest Moto Meetup last year with me. And so we've kind of been distance riding partners, have done that trip together, and we intend on doing this one, and hopefully some more in the future. So we kind of lost track this season with COVID and everything else, and this season kind of got away from us, and we didn't really get much of a chance to ride together. But we will be sure to be riding together during the time of MMM and going out on that trip. So when you spend 5 or 6 days on a motorcycle with somebody, you get to know them pretty good, and Jason's a great riding partner. Last year was a good time. We had a good time together, and I would have to say I enjoyed riding with him last year, and we'll enjoy this trip as much as last year. Except it's a little disappointing that we're not going to MMM. I know we were both looking forward to that trip. So any more riding that you've done, Jason, since you went to your trip out in Michigan?
I don't think so. Just little stuff, local for the most part.
Okay. And you don't really have a commute to work, do you?
It's right around 2 miles there, 2 miles back.
Okay, so yeah, no. I know I've talked to other people on the channel and told them that I ride oftentimes back and forth to work, and that has become part of my riding routine. So when I do ride back and forth to work, that's a 60-mile day for me. So yours wouldn't be quite as long of a ride for sure.
It works for me. I have a tendency of waking up so late, so it's actually a good thing.
That you live so close to work?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been good, but hopefully that will that'll be a good replacement. We both already had the time off. We were thinking about what we wanted to do, and this area of the country, specifically the less populated area, is not been affected by COVID as much as some of the more populated areas. And with things being the way they are in Kentucky, Jason and I decided we would be avoiding Kentucky, and we'll just stay up north and do some riding here. The other good thing is we'll actually be heading down to Kentucky anyway in May, and so you know, making that trip twice, this way we get to go on a trip we haven't been on, to a place we haven't been, and then still get to go down to Kentucky for MMM in the spring. So that gives us an opportunity to do both things and not be not making the trip to MMM twice, essentially. And this is Jason's first time connecting with his comms as an actual comm unit, so he does have a Cardo Bold. So those of you that that use comm devices, the Cardo, the mesh system on the Cardo is top notch. I have found it to be very very good for a good, for communication between two riders. So it's going to be nice to be able to have that ability to communicate when we're riding next time and not have to use our primitive form of sign language while we're riding, because that's what we had to do last year and that didn't work. Yeah, exactly. We our primitive form of sign language got us into trouble a couple times last year. So
I can't even think of anything else to talk about, quite honestly. I'm just enjoying the ride.
Right? It is a very nice day here. I can't get over how good the comms sound. I mean, I really hope it comes across on the video, because it's super clear. I mean, it's good. The communication is very good.
I'm actually quite impressed.
Yeah, I guess I didn't know what to expect. I'd heard from a bunch of people that it was good, but I'm very impressed that the sound quality is excellent. So let's talk.
I was gonna say I can't disagree.
Yeah, well, let's talk about this. You did not upgrade and or downgrade from your Electroglide. You added this new bike to your stable. So let's tell everybody about your bike.
It's an 03 wide glide. It's got the 88 cubic inch in it, 1449 cc's, carbureted. Thank God. I know you would disagree with that, but
well, I
like it.
I love the sound. Don't get me wrong. The carbureted twin cam is that sounds hard to beat. However, I'm much more of a fuel injection guy myself. I know they're harder to work on, but they are. It's been a very my bike's been very reliable for me. So that's all I can say about that. I can't say that it's been good, bad, or indifferent, but Jason's bike is also the 2003, which is the anniversary edition of Harley. So he's got the anniversary edition emblems on there, you can see. So it's a nice looking bike. Of the anniversary edition Harleys, that paint scheme that he has, that black and silver paint scheme, is by far my favorite paint scheme. There was another one, my buddy had one that was, I think, like a blue and silver, but this one is nice. It's a really classic, kind of classic Harley look to it, that paint scheme with that anniversary edition. So it's nice.
I actually don't like it.
What's that?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
Wish it was black on black instead of silver on black.
Yeah,
but that's just me.
I like riding with Jason, but it turns out we pretty much disagree on everything. So there you go.
Go figure.
Go figure. So yeah, we're a little bit more about the trip. We're going to be doing, last year when we went to MMM, we did a combination of kind of like hotel. We stayed in a hotel on the way down and back. We camped a little bit the first night when we were there, and then we stayed in some cabins which were kind of like primitive, not tent camping, but still pretty primitive. Most of the campgrounds areas didn't have bathrooms or anything, but for the most part they were enclosed at least. But for this trip we're going to be doing more of an old school style, which is essentially just a tent on the ground and doing some old school camping. Now my ass is too old, so I'm not sleeping on the ground. I'll have a air mattress or something like that set up, but yeah, it'll be a good time.
I don't know, I think I might bring a hammock also.
Well,
just in case.
Yeah, there you go. I saw somebody I follow on Instagram they were going camping and got an opportunity to do some primitive camping by a river, and it looked like an amazing place to camp. I was pretty impressed, but that was not in a campground, so they were on the side of the road somewhere or something, so they pulled off and camped right down by a river, which was super cool.
God, I can't wait until I get the new seat.
Is that seat hurt? Is it not very comfortable?
It's just too freaking high. I'm too short. I'm almost straight legging it here.
Yeah, the bike doesn't look very tall.
Neither do I.
Also true. Also true.
Got quite a few riders out today too.
Yeah, I've seen that. The guy that was on the trike kind of looked like he flipped us off. Did you notice that? I don't think he did, but it kind of looked like it for a second.
I don't know, I just load up.
Damn, that old bike puts out a lot of heat. I can feel it from here.
No, that's me. That's how hot I am.
Wow, that's making me uncomfortable for sure.
Okay, maybe it's the bike. There you go. One on to the right there.
Yeah.
Oh, we're green.